Hi Aquarius, how are you? Time for love in the new moon. This is a general love reading for all Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in love for the energies of August. The new moon of August was it was a few days ago. So listen, take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. Interesting. There's somebody around you, either this is you or this is them, who has taken something from you. I'm just saying, if you've had people in your house recently, have you had anybody in your house? I feel like they took something from you. It's almost like they felt entitled to whatever it is that you had. So just check your things, you know, if you had a feeling or you can't find something. I mean, that's not for everyone. All right, so out comes the Three of Swords reversed. I feel like there's also a healing happening. Maybe this could be somebody who you were with. You know, we are doing a love reading. If you were with somebody, maybe, and there's a sense of entitlement that they took something that they probably should not have taken that was yours on the way out. Fine. If I'm leaving, then I'm going to take the juicer. You know, some people, they can't live without their juicer. I mean, it's one of those kind of things. They got mad. They were leaving. And they took what they felt was theirs. Even if probably you guys bought it together. All right, let's put some cards down and let's get a clearer story on what's going on for all of you Aquarians out there in love. The Empress, are you pregnant? Are you expecting? Some of you might be pregnant. Okay. That's just a given with this Empress card. I mean, this is a very pregnant woman. All right, so you come out as the Empress, as your overall energy, which it's fantastic because this is somebody who has it all. You know, they've set their sights, they've got their goals, they reached to the stars, they grabbed them. You know, this is somebody who's, you know, they've got the world just as they want it. Okay. And if you're pregnant on top of that, wow, that's even better. So let's talk about what I feel is a little bit deeper story that's going on. So we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed here in your recent past. And I think you got very angry at your person because you had an opportunity come in front of you and you weren't allowed to take it. Funny word, you were not allowed to take it. Does that resonate? So if somebody is telling you whether you are allowed to do something or not allowed to do something, I would question that a little bit, okay? It's like you are not allowed to go to the movies without me. Well, why? Why can't you go to the movies with your friends? Let's see. You are not allowed to go to visit, you know, your sister without me. Why? Because they don't trust you. So some of you are dealing with somebody who I think is a bit difficult, a bit demanding, a bit insecure. We'll call this person insecure because whenever somebody is insecure, that's when they start throwing out all these, well, you can't do this and you can't do that. You know, it's not that they don't trust you. They don't trust other people with you. Well, that's a statement now, isn't it? All right, so we have you being very angry. Maybe you're dealing with another earth sign. Maybe it's a Taurus. I feel like it gets to a point where when they say you are not allowed to do something, that you lose it. You're like, you know, you're always telling me I'm not allowed to go here. I can't do this. I can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. That's not what you signed up for. You know, this is not the future that you were designed for. And maybe this person is trying to hang on to you really, really tight, but you're ready to walk. You know, because this person does not let you do things. Your overall energy here is that of the King of Swords. And this is somebody, I feel like this is building up inside of you. This anger that's churning. I mean, this guy's angry. You know, he's shooting arrows. He's like, I am so upset. You know, this person, we were supposed to share our world together, but I think you're not so sure anymore because you're ready to walk. I mean, somebody's ready to walk away. You know, you have this Eight of Cups down here, the Eight of Pentacles. See, somebody kept you maybe from taking a job. No, you don't want to take that job because that means you're not going to get home until 7 o'clock. What am I supposed to do from 5 until 7 while you're gone? You know, and how do you, why do you want to take a job that's so far away? I feel like somebody kept you from your work. You know, maybe they literally kept you from doing what you love to do. But there's this resentment building. And now they're pregnant. You know, it's like you have to go to work. But you're not allowed to go work over there. You have to work here where I tell you to work. You know, rather than have a really good paying job, they would rather have you not have a good paying job and be really close to home. You know, who is this? I mean, this is a very manipulating type of energy. They just don't want you. They're afraid that you're gonna get away. You know, but they're afraid of losing you. And I think their fear of losing you is overcompensated by not letting you do things. Down to your work. All right, let's see. So I do feel like you are married to this person. At least you are seriously coupled up to this person. You know, and I mean, you guys have fights. You fight, you kiss, and you make up. And then you're out on the road because now maybe you had this major big fight saying, look, I'm going to go do this. You know, you can't tell me I'm not allowed to do this. I am going to go do this. So then you go and you do this, right? And now they're sending you texts. So when you're on the road, they're constantly texting you. Because of their insecurities, they don't trust you being on the road doing whatever it is you're doing because you want to do your work. So I feel like you get this message from them that really throws you. It's not a good message. Because, of course, you know, they're trying to stay really connected. So you're not allowed to get off of their radar. So keep you well in that radar. But yeah, while you're gone, you hear something, some news, that I think helps you finally put your foot down with all of this. We have the High Priestess reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, and then we have the Three of Swords reversed. I mean, this has been really hard because I think the energy of this person has been so intense and so heavy because they've had you on a really short leash. All right, so now you're out on the road and they're going to try to sabotage you having a good time on this trip, right? Because you're not allowed to go on a business trip and have a good time. So I would be very careful with this person. I think it's like they feed you all this stuff to keep you feeling guilty, feeling, what's the word? Guilty, they feel bad, you feel like you can't really go out and have a good time, you know, and if you do, you know, they're texting you so much, so you're like, you know, I better go home because they're driving me crazy. And this isn't good for you. I mean, because you're losing the passion with your person. I mean, it could be that they're so hormonal because they're pregnant, you know, that they're driving you crazy. They don't want you going away because what if the baby comes? You can't go. You can't go. What if the baby shows up? But also, I mean, this is something that, you know, I think they hurt you and they don't even realize that they're hurting you. I'm not even feeling like they're cheating on you or anything else. I feel like they stab you with different things, you know, that guilt, that, you know, I can't believe you're out having a good time while I'm home waiting for you to show up with my pickles and ice cream. You know, it's one of those things. And, you know, this person is just not going to let you have a life. Yep. Yeah, I just think that, I mean, there's this constant fight. And then when you get mad, you leave, and then they want to have the last word, and then they're calling you back, and you need to come back. And it's like you've done this before, and every time you go back, it doesn't change anything. If anything, it's almost like you feed them. You know, you give them what they want at your expense. So you do nothing. You do nothing. Because, you know, they've got a hold on you. Look, that sword. It's like you guys got together and then you ended up alone. Because this isn't the kind of love that you signed up for. It's like you do what they ask you to do because it's not worth the fight. Page of Swords with the Ace of Swords. So I think there's a part of you really that wants to step up to the plate and say something to them, but you just don't. You don't for fear of what the truth is going to bring, because that's going to be really upsetting, because they're never wrong. You know, this is all in your head. I don't call you that much. I don't. I let you do lots of things. You know, that's them responding to you. But you're like, no, you don't. You don't let me do lots of things. You know, and now here you are, feeling like there's no winning to this. I mean, it's almost like I might as well die. I can't be me. This person won't let me be me. So some of you, I feel, are casting your net out, looking for other options, because you're not sure you're going to give this any more work, especially when you kind of keep walking away. They get mad and then you leave, and then when you leave, it gets worse, and then when you come home, it's even worse. I mean, this is somebody, definitely somebody who you're married to. And I feel like now you're feeling like you're involved in a relationship where, you know, you're stuck, you're trapped, you're left out in the cold. You know, and you're trying to do your thing. They won't let you do your thing. I don't know why somebody would keep you from letting you do your work. It's almost as if they would rather have you, like I said, you know, work at the convenience store than do what it is that you do. I almost feel like they don't want to be, you know, shadowed in your shadow, so to speak. You know, it's like, well, if you go out there and, you know, now you're really pulling in the money and people are admiring you. There's a little bit of jealousy that this person has, and competition with you. Like, why would they? Your person should never ever compete with you. However, I do see happiness coming through a door. I do think that if you stick with your work, stick with what you love to do, and let that carry you, then it's almost like, you know, a horse when they have their blinders on. It's like you can just keep going, and everything they say, you know, you can just kind of let it fall away. You know, it's like you get tunnel vision and you just stay focused on your work. Focus on your work, focus on your work, focus on, regardless of what they say. Because look, if you have a talent or you're really good at what you do, and this person doesn't want you to be that person that gets really good, because there'll be so many people, and then what about me? What about me? I mean, whoever you're with is really insecure, you know, because they don't want you to be successful, because if you're successful, then you're not going to pay so much attention to them. You're going to be busy being successful. And I see doors opening, opportunities coming your way, things that will make you really happy. I mean, you've been looking for a long time. I mean, this is what you want to do. You want to do your craft. You want to do your work. And this person not allowing you to do it, it's starting to get to you. It's really starting to get to you. It's like they want to have total control over you. They're very angry. They're very jealous. I think they come from a very troubled past, you know, so that's where a lot of these insecurities come up from. And a lot of times when we understand why somebody is like going overboard and being, you know, so radical, then we can start to temper it a little bit. I feel like your person is trying to control you, and you're getting to the point where you can't be controlled anymore, you know? So that's where all of their insecurities start to come up. They start to get really jealous. They wonder where you are, and then the leash gets shorter and shorter, and that's why they're constantly texting you and texting you and texting you. This message about being on the road, when you're on the road, you know, just know that there's a message coming through. I don't know what it's about, but it's not good. And it could come from your person, but I'm feeling now that it could be from someone else. And you might get a message that puts you on the road. So whether they like it or not, you're going. That's what I feel. I don't care. I just found out that this is happening to my sister. I'm going. I have to be there. I don't care what you say. Get mad. You know, and I think that's where the tables start to shift. And that's where you start to empower yourself. And that's when you finally start to feel good again. You know, because this person not allowing you to do something, that only goes so far. So when you need to be somewhere, you don't want anybody telling you you can't go. I'm going. I'm going, period. So then there's the aftermath, right? So now you're going to go and you're going to have to figure out what to do. It's like once you go away, you gain new perspective too, because you've done something you haven't done. You left, whether they liked it or not. You know, and even though they're screaming and everything else, you're going to go and do what you need to do. Especially if this is a family, like there's a family crisis or something, and really, if your sister is calling you going, hey, you know, I really need you to come help me out. I can't do this without you. And you know, your loyalty right now has been to your person, not to your family. And now your family really needs you, and your person is really pissed off and jealous of your family and the relationship you have, that now they're going to turn it around. Right? Whether they like it or not, you're going to go help your family. Or you're going to go help your friend, whoever that is. All right, so. Yeah. The Knight of Cups comes out with the Ten of Wands. This relationship has been very, very heavy for you. Because I think you've almost suffered in silence. You know what I mean? Not wanting people to know really how this person is. So when you're out at the party or you're out at wherever and they've got you on the phone texting, they're not letting you go and socialize and visit with anyone. They want you focused on them. That's a hard energy. That's a hard energy. And I just think that you start to gain some control over this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you finally stand up for yourself and put your foot down and say, I can't allow you to make me do things. I'm not going to allow you to tell me what I can and cannot do. You know, because you have to be able to do this on your own. Now, this Knight of Cups, I find this really interesting that, you know, even though it's heavy, you go back. You're the one that always goes back and says, okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. You know, next time, you know, maybe we can talk about it first before me just, you know, putting my foot down and walking out the door. So it's like you're always left feeling guilty for anything you do with this person. See, you're not happy. You're not happy. You know, this has been hard. There's a part of you that just wants your freedom. You want your freedom back. And they're not letting you have your freedom back. All right. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Heartbreak. They get to do whatever they want. They're allowed to do whatever they want. But you, I feel like you suffer in silence. And it's hard to be lovable to somebody when they're like that. You know, they want you to smooch on them. You know, I mean, you're really fighting this. You are truly fighting this. You're not allowed. That just keeps coming through. I think you have to look at yourself and say, the last time I checked, I was an adult. Right? I mean, this person has, I mean, they hit you hard. They know how to get you feeling really bad. You know, they know how to throw the guilt trip on you. They lay it on thick. They truly do. And then you sit around feeling bad because you feel torn. You know, because you know that your family really, really wants you around, you know, or maybe they really need you. Maybe you've got nephews, nieces, I don't know, you know, but it's really hard because, you know, your person, you want to be loyal to your person, but, you know, you miss your family. You miss your family. You miss your friends. You miss your old life. So I think you need to really listen to your intuition. I mean, this person's trying to keep you, you know, down. You know, like they want to be, you know, it's one of these things. In my mind, I see this vision of somebody on top of you. You know, like they always want to be in control. All right, let's see. Any more advice for our Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Look, you're so guarded. You're so guarded because you're waiting for them to stab you again. Like I say, they're allowed to do whatever they want. They can talk to other people. They can go visit their family. They can, you know, they get to do everything they want to do, but not you. That's not right. That's not right. Oof. So I do see happiness coming your way. Unfortunately, you know, you standing up for yourself may bring up a big shift in your relationship, which is probably very, very much needed. You know, because if they're treating you like this, then it wasn't very balanced. So whatever this shift is, it brings things to the forefront. All right, let's see. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs are Aquarians. Yeah, they totally have a hold on you. That's why you're so confused. It's like, you know, you really don't know what to do. And out comes this Ace of Pentacles again. See, you feel very alone in this relationship because I feel like your person is a little unstable, you know, because of their insecurities, you know, so they're not an easy person. And, you know, you're missing an opportunity. That's why it's like you have to stand up for yourself, right? They can't tell you what you are allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do, especially when it comes to your work. Because I feel like there's something opening for you. There's a door that's going to be like so magnificent for you, but they're trying to keep you from that. They don't want you to succeed on some level. Ooh, the Justice card. Interesting how that one was straight up. So I think, you know, you guys have to balance the scales here. Because I don't think you want to walk away from this relationship. I mean, you know, you guys fell in love. You got married. You probably have some kids. Somebody's pregnant, you know. So it's like you have to make some work, especially if you have a baby on the way. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like you're male. Are you a male? Yeah, I mean, it could be a female, but I feel like, you know, you're trying to be the breadwinner here and they're not letting you. They're not letting you because, you know, then you become more about the work than them. Really, it keeps coming back and coming back. So I think you're at a point, you're at a fork in the road as to what to do. And I think you should fight for yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you should fight for yourself. You should stand up, you know, and stand up to this person. Let them know that, you know, there's a lot going on and you're feeling all kinds of ways. And you just want to make a happy life for the two of you. Again, the Emperor. Yeah, you're trying to build a home place, you know, and you're working real hard. But I think you're starting to question, like, how much longer can I keep going? Like, you know, we got this baby coming on the way, and, you know, that's going to get harder. And so some of you are looking at other options. I mean, you really are. You're looking at other options, you know, because you want this baby to have a really good life, but you're not so sure you can provide it for this child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really want to have a good life with this person. You want your child to be happy, you know, but I think, you know, before this baby shows up, you guys got some work to do. For real. They're trying to manipulate you. And again, this King of Swords, I mean, it's building up inside of you. Especially when this opportunity shows up in front of you and then they say, no, I don't want you to take it. Because they're so jealous. That's hurtful. That is really hurtful. Really, really hurtful. So here are the two of you. Remember I said I think you're a male? You know, so here you are trying to do everything and trying to please a very difficult person. And they're very insecure. I think they come from a very troubled past. And I think if you start to look at, you know, their behavior and why they're so insecure and all of that, you might be able to crack them open a little bit and start to heal some of this. But to keep being stabbed. See, and I'm not picking this up as like third party energy. I'm picking this up about them like boom, boom, boom. You know, I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to hurt you. That's not to say that somebody might not be having an affair, because that could be a whole other story that's going on. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not allowed to go out, but I am. They're allowed to flirt. So, this is a cycle that's been going on for a while now with the two of you. But I do see you making up. I see you making up. But I see you making up without fighting. So fight for what you want, especially if you have a talent, you have the ability, you know, to really, you know, create this wonderful family life for your people, then, you know, why not do it? Especially when you're really concerned about like the future of your family. This is why you want to go to work. This is why you want to take the job, you know, because it's a good paying job. It means that we'll have, you know, money. We'll be able to have a roof over our head. You know, we can feed each other. You know, it's just like, you know, it's really stupid for somebody to keep you from a job like that, especially in these hard times. So let's get one more deck. Let's use one more deck. This is already turning into a long reading, but I really feel like you've got to fight. You're not allowed. Oh, that just gives me chills. I mean, this is a heavy, heavy relationship. You've been carrying this burden about this person for a long time, and you really want to get things under control. It's the third time I saw the Emperor. So I feel like you have the power, the ability to turn everything around, right? So that, you know, any bad news that comes, see, there's something coming. You're going to be on the road, I'm telling you. You're going to get a message while you're traveling. It's not going to be a good message. And that's going to be what really pushes you on the brink, because you have got to go. Whatever's going on, you have got to go, whether they like it or not. And you're going to put your foot down. And it'll be the beginning of a whole new chapter for you guys, because they haven't seen this side of you. Because up until now, you've conformed. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to end it here because I'm going over this over and over and over again. All right, so do what you got to do. All right, messages here are specific to whoever needs to hear it. So take what works, leave what doesn't, and I'll see you at the next reading. Thumbs up for me if you liked the reading, and if you didn't, that's okay. All right, until the next one, bye.